In the final of the Championship playoff, Aston Villa played Derby County, both teams playing for a place in the Premier League next season. Frank Lampard-led Derby County lost 2-1 to Aston Villa, which granted them promotion to the Premier League after a 3-year hiatus in the Championship. Dean Smith took over the reins of the club from Steve Bruce, who was sacked in October 2018. He appointed John Terry as his assistant manager, which helped him kickstart his career in management. Under Smith, the performances improved and the team went on to achieve a club record 10-game winning streak. Villa is not just there to make up the numbers in the Premier League, but to stay away from the relegation battle. The club has spent about 100 million since then and has cleared the much-needed deadwood. They are already one of the biggest spenders in England, and that tells us how serious the club is this season. It was important for Smith to fill his leaky defence, and he did exactly that by getting some top-flight experience in Tyrone Mings from Bournemouth and Matt Targett from Southampton. One of the most promising signings is Ezri Konsa from Brentford for £12 million. Smith has described the centre-back as one with ultimate potential. The centre-back will have to step up as early as possible, as the Premier League is relentless and you don't have any time to adjust and learn. The club record signing of £22 million has got them a solid striker in Wesley, who will need to fill the goal-scoring void left by Tammy Abraham. Villa will be relying on the star player Jack Grealish to put in stellar performances this season. It's clear now that when Grealish plays well, so do Villa. Jack will be relishing to play in the top flight of English football again and should give it his all to keep Villa in the Premier League next season. Villa fans will be quite hopeful. With the kind of signings the club has made and the potential in the squad, they can fancy their team to be in the Premier League next season. Let's see how this story folds out in 2020. In the 2018-19 season, nobody expected the Yorkshire team to finish second in the Championship, as they were languishing at 6th during the Christmas period. From Boxing Day, Sheffield went on a very successful run wherein they won 15 out of the remaining 23 games and lost just 3. This helped them clinch the second spot in the Championship and get an automatic promotion to the Premier League after a period of 12 long years. Their captain and England's most prolific scorer in the Championship, Billy Sharp, was the key reason why Sheffield is competing in the Premier League this season. He netted 28 times for his team last season and had 4 assists to go along with it. Sheffield has added to their cavalry by buying Lys Mousset, a striker for Bournemouth, for £10 million. They have added substantial Premier League experience to the squad by roping in Phil Jagielka from Everton for free. Chris Wilder is an exceptional man-manager and gets 100% out of every player from his squad. On paper, they might have the weakest team in the Premier League, but the fans will back Chris Wilder till the end, as he's probably the best manager they have ever had. He's managed to get the team from League One to the Premier League, which is a commendable achievement in itself. This squad may lack the quality Premier League players, but has a passionate fan base and a wonderful manager to get the most out of the club. We believe that Sheffield will fall just short this season and would return to the Championship, but miracles do happen in football quite often. Norwich City wasn't title favourites in the Championship last season. At best, they were expected to be in the mid-half of the table with a chance of playing in the playoffs. But it seems like Daniel Farke found some magic with the Canaries, and they went on to win the Championship with 94 points. They had the most lethal attack of the division last season, but at the same time, the team was there for the taking as a defensive unit. Daniel Farke's never-say-die attitude helped the team throughout the campaign, as Norwich won 24 points from losing positions last season. The attack was led well by prolific goal-scoring Timo Pukki, who netted 29 times during last season and had 9 assists to go along with it. Just to put his stats in context, Timo Pukki was a free transfer for Norwich. The club has roped in Sam Byram, a right back from West Ham United this season, but hasn't made any other headline signings so far. There's always the same question which lies unanswered for any promoted team to the Premier League: whether to invest in quality Premier League players or back the players who got you the promotion. Seems like Norwich is sticking to the latter, as they've signed most of last season's heroes on long-term contracts. Daniel Farke plays an attacking possession-based game wherein his fullbacks do go high up the pitch to support his attacking players. His team is also set up nicely to be lethal on the counter-attack. But the quality in the Premier League is immense, and they might have to be cautious while attacking such quality teams. It'll be interesting to see whether the 42-year-old German will keep his philosophy intact and take the game to these so-called big teams. Norwich has a love-hate sort of a relationship with the Premier League, as 4 out of 6 seasons have resulted in relegation. Can Daniel Farke keep his team in the top flight of English football? Do let us know in the comment section and have a healthy debate about the progress of these teams.